Show 16.
This Otaku's Life.
I grew up with a family of 4, 2 parents, and myself and my sister. Of course, because of the dreaded 80s, a lot of families end up in divorce. My family was no different. So I was the youngest, I have an older sister, and as kids, we really didn't get along. And it wasn't that I was the brat, just my sister just didn't really like me. She didn't like the fact that she was the older sister, and that occasionally she had to be responsible for me. She wanted her freedom, and she had this nagging little brother around. And eventually, family kind of split up, and she went to go live with my father, and I stayed with my mother. And so I didn't really see my sister grow up that much. I didn't really experience her growing as a teenager, especially as me entering into the teenage years. And so I guess all that animosity, all that hate or anger just kind of went away. And many years later, when she was, I guess, an adult, the problems weren't really there. But there also wasn't really any family experiences. And there wasn't really any common ground. And my sister went off, she moved away, she lived on her own. Now she's getting married. But I love her dearly because she's family. And for all the hate and the aggravation, you're always there for your family. They put up with you and you put up with them, but don't forget, one way or another, you're there for them, thick through thin. The greatest thing about family is the hope and support that they bring. And as an adult, I found a lot of value in my friends, and in their small way, we've built in some family and support there as well. So it doesn't always have to be about blood. It's about connection and the commonality of understanding each other. So start thinking about best friends, people that are always there for you, and you'll realize these little social circles sometimes are a family of their own. Thanks again, everyone, for continuing the download. I've said it before, there's a bunch of ways you can contribute. First, we want show IDs. It's easy to do. Record some audio, send it our way at thisotakuslife@gmail.com, and all you have to say is this Otaku's Life with pauses in between. And then we'll shuffle them up and we'll make new show IDs, and maybe your voice will be in a future ID at the top of the show. Another thing you can do is you can contribute your experiences, your stories, your ideas, and any of the topics we've covered here, or maybe with a future topic. But you can also reach out to us in other ways. We have Twitter at thisotakuslife, and we also have a website, thisotakuslife.com. So I hope to encourage you to send us some feedback and some contributions, because we're going to cut those things into some future shows, and I think you guys probably have some really interesting perspectives and point of view, and we want you to be a part of the proverbial we that we talk about here all the time. So it's easy to do. Just send us some audio, contribute, and be more awesome than you already are. So until next week, until next show, until next contribution, have a good one.